Well, we've just had a lovely little stop here in Mohr at the Cobble's Calf, and it seems like there's a few sports cars that are out on a ride today. Dave was just telling me, just be careful as we head down here. There's a right hand turn. Oh, truck. Thank you. There's a right hand turn, but on the left hand side he said it's filled with gravel. Oh geez, that's a bit rough. Look at the state of that road there. Ridiculous. So this must be it here. Maybe not. It doesn't seem to be much gravel there. It's been taken away already. Yeah, look at that over the bridge. Not good at all. Yeah, so it's a lovely day. There's Dave waiting for me up ahead. Let's see if I can close my visor. Yeah, visor closed, sun's out, nice and glorious, roads are drying up. So ignore the time on my clock there. Today is Sunday the 27th of October. And it's about 11:30 in the morning. So we've just had a ride around the Peak District. We were in Staffordshire and then Derbyshire, and then we just stopped at that Cobble's Calf in Mohr. Had a bite to eat there, and now we're going to be heading back towards. You'll see, we'll go these little back roads here. We'll go past the Winking Man. And then we'll eventually join up onto the Cat and Fiddle and then head back down into Macclesfield. I just keep seeing, every time I look at my camera that's recording, it shows red. I don't know why it's showing red. Hopefully I haven't hit the buttons incorrectly. Yeah, had a great breakfast there with Dave at Cobble's Calf in Mohr. I had a full English. Dave had a bacon bap or bacon balm. I think with the bacon balm, I find as soon as I eat a balm, it just, the actual bread itself, the bread roll, tends to repeat on me for the rest of the day. I don't know if it's the additives or the little whole grain bits or whatever. So I'd rather just have all the individual items, the bacon, the egg, the beans. Actually had mushrooms as well, they gave me. They also gave me that little potato waffle thing. Not too keen on those. Ate it, but not my favourite. And some black pudding. Black pudding's nice. Just testing, playing games. I hate that when you're about to overtake and people speed up. Worst thing ever. Just maintain your speed and we'll make progress a bit faster. So yeah, myself and Dave, we had a good discussion while we were sitting there at the calf. Dave is gearing up to retire over the next few years. So he's also waiting to see what the Labour government comes up with this budget. I was just mentioned to him about Labour with the definition of working people, and he just reminded me that working people, Labour defined working people as people living from paycheck to paycheck. Now, I've never heard such a big load of cobblers in all my life, because people can live paycheck to paycheck, but they can still be on £100,000 a year. You know, that's if they are living beyond their means. If they get themselves a house with a mortgage up to their eyeballs. If they get themselves a nice fancy Range Rover or something silly like that, yeah, then it's quite easy to live paycheck to paycheck. So yeah, it just seems that how it is. It just seems that both myself and Dave agree that Labour don't have a clue. Whoa! Almost took off there. Yeah, Labour don't have a clue who these working people are, and they don't know how to define it. Yeah, me personally, working people, you know, are almost like the say blue collar workers. You know, where you're doing a job that's in the trade. You know, that type of work. You're working with your hands. Yeah, it just seems like modern day definitions are just out the window with everything. Everything changes. The words have different meanings. Well, it's beginning to sound like that book, 1984. Yeah. So, yeah. Sitting with bated breath, waiting to see what Labour come out with their budget. And not only are they saying that they won't increase taxes on the working people, yet they can't define what working people are. They've also really screwed our pensioners over. Now, I know there's a lot of people saying, oh, the pensioners in the UK, they hold all the wealth. You know what, if you've paid into a pension and you've been paying your house for 40 odd years, you know, you're entitled to have your decent pension paid into the system. And yeah, the house that you bought, although many years ago would only have been worth, what, 20 or 30,000 pounds, and now it's worth maybe $500,000. But that's just the way the things are, you know, with inflation, prices increase. Yeah, people just seem to have it in for these so-called pensioners that are pension millionaires. But nowadays, you know, a million, if you had to retire now, I don't think $1 million would be that much an amount of money. You know, if you weren't relying on the state pension, £1 million, if you had to get 4% return of £1 million, would that give you £40,000 per annum? Now you try and live on £40,000 per annum. You know, if you're a couple, because I'm assuming that there's one pension between the couple, an old couple. Yeah, 40,000 for a couple. And especially with the rate of inflation, you know, that has hit food. You know, I saw myself, because I do a lot of the shopping. I remember the biggest jump I saw was milk. Milk used to only cost, it was about 80 pence, somewhere around there. And the next thing you know, the price has increased by 30 pence. It's now £1.10. People laugh, oh, it's only £1.10. Yeah, but if all your foodstuffs are increasing that much, up 30%, exactly, then how far do you think that £40,000? Yeah, that's if you had $1 million and you were getting a 4% return of £1 million. How long do you think that, or how far do you think that £40,000 would stretch? If for two of you, just difficult. So yeah, these same people that are complaining now about pensioners, you know, millionaire pensioners, they'll be in that position one day themselves. Can you imagine how horrid? You know, you've paid into a system all your life, and then right at the end, you've got some fools that are then saying, "Oh no, you're too wealthy. You've got to give it all up." And the thing is now as well, that because of the way that they're going to be changing the tax laws, I think it's going to be pensioners again that are going to be hit hardest. You know, if one of the couple dies, then the remaining partner, you know, they would be liable for capital gains tax on whatever property is left to them. If, let's just say, the property is in excess of £1 million or whatever, they'd have to pay the capital gains tax on that. Yeah, not only that, but Labour have since now turned around and taken away their winter fuel allowance. So I don't really know who Labour are trying to help with all these new, well, they aren't law yet, but these new rules that they're introducing. You know, it just seems like their base is diminishing, because their definition of working people living paycheck to paycheck, that's a lot of people in the UK. But working people, well, people living paycheck to paycheck can be people on £10,000, could also be people on £100,000. So again, that definition is just totally rubbish. It's just clown talk, I think. Oh, anyway, so that was a discussion myself and Dave were having. But it's only because Dave and I are old farts. Yeah, so Dave's got a few years until retirement, and I've probably got 5 more than Dave. Well, hello dog. Is this going down to Hazelview Camping Grounds, I wonder? Ooh. Yeah, I've been here in the summer along this road, so let's see how it looks in the winter or autumn. Quite at winter yet, so getting close. Also, when we stopped there at that cafe, I did clean the lens on the camera. It was full of muck, as suspected. So I don't know how any of that previous rant will come out. Look at the lovely little stream here. It always looks so peaceful, even in the summer when you come along here. I know my partner, she says that years ago they came here with, I don't know if it's like Girl Guides and Scouts or whatever, and they camped down there. Lovely views, lovely views. So this is just riding through the Peak District. This area is on my doorstep in Macclesfield. A lovely area to ride around. You could ride around here all day without crossing the same road twice. I think the roads are better suited to a small bike. You know, if you have like a small 125, 250, 300, maybe even 400cc, these roads would be ideal. A bit wasted on a big 1000cc bike that I've got. What am I in? Second gear, yeah. So generally I'm just second and third gear rolling on into the throttle. Dave's on the 750 ahead of me. It's a Honda Transalp 750. One thing I mentioned to Dave when he stopped in the cafe, I noticed I just felt like I was bouncing a lot here. You know, I talked about suspension earlier and how once I set my suspension, I find a bit of a compromise between carrying a pillion and riding solo, just so that I don't have to always adjust the suspension, because once I set it, that's it. I'll keep the bike like that for the rest of its life. But I have found I was bouncing quite a lot on these roads. But Dave says, well, that's why he's got the adventure bike. He says it's just so smooth. He did take his old, almost classic 20-year-old VFR 800 out for a spin the other day, and he said he noticed, it's the first thing he noticed. He said how stiff the suspension was and how he was bouncing along the roads. What a magnificent view. Just lovely. I can understand why people come hiking here loads of hikers. Even when we stopped at the cafe was chocker with hikers, and then I think there was a bus that came in and dropped another group of hikers off. Keep my eyes on the road for a second. Quite easy to get distracted when you've got views like this. Little stone walls as well. Earlier as well, when I was in the cafe, I had to change batteries on both the cameras. I know with the GoPro the battery doesn't last long, but I was surprised by the DJI. Let's go quickly before the cars come up. So yeah, on the A54 Buxton, heading towards Fiddle. That's what Dave said we're going to be doing.